Hey Ram, 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 Sita Ram, Ram, Ram.
Namaste ji, namaste. Welcome to courtroom. So the cabinet has cleared a proposal to increase the marriage age for women from 18 to 21. Now this means that it is a massive current affair for whether the UPSC mains, whether for any law entrance that is going to be taking place in 2022. So we will cover out all the relevant details so that all the ancillary topics, the related MCQs that the examiner can ask, and all the information that you can write in an essay type question on this topic will be covered. So first and foremost, let's go back to July 2020 to understand the main aim for this move, and this you will need to know. So a task force was set up to first and foremost look into lowering MMR, that is maternal mortality rate. Now this is one term that you need to pay close attention to now, because this is one term that is expected to now pop up thanks to this current affair. So lowering MMR, improvement of nutritional levels and related issues. The task force is to be headed by Miss Jaya Jaitley. So who was heading the task force? One MCQs, that's Jaya Jaitley. And this was way back in July 2020. And the task force's main aim was to suggest suitable legislations and or amendments. So either to bring in a new act or to amend the existing act, and all of those become very important for the purposes of law entrances, for the purposes of LLM entrance, in which you will be writing a subjective type answer, for UPSC mains, now prelims again for next June. This becomes extremely important. So what was the mandate, or how did this task force come to be set up? So this is all from PIB, that is the main source. The finance minister during her budget speech said that the last time the women's age of marriage was increased, that was in 1978 by amending the erstwhile Sharda Act of 1929. It is time to amend it again because their main purpose is to lower the MMR. So lowering MMR, thanks to which this move will soon be taken up. It's not been taken up yet, the cabinet has cleared it. But you need to understand that primarily it's all about lowering MMR and increasing nutritional levels so that lesser number of women die during pregnancy. So we are focused on that one very rate. All right. Now they are saying infant mortality rate. Please do look up these terms. I won't obviously go into these terms because that is way beyond the purview of this lecture. Maternal mortality rate, total fertility rate, sex ratio at birth, child sex ratio. I think for UPSC prelims you need to cover out these terms any which way. And the cabinet has decided that it wants to increase. So it has accepted the recommendations made by the task force headed by Ms. Jaya Jaitley. So now what will happen is that an act will be placed to amend the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act. Now, if you wish to know the history geography of these acts, and primarily the question that whether a child marriage is void or voidable, the lecture is already available on our channel. I had done a decent amount of legal research in explaining why the question isn't exactly very simple about child marriages being void or voidable. I won't go into those details. Please do check out that lecture. I'll leave it in the link below. So now you will need to place an act in the parliament, basically a bill, and a bill which will become an act to amend Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, Special Marriage Act, Hindu Marriage Act. And Hindu Marriage Act of course covers Sikhs, Jain, Buddhists, and Islam has its own personal law in which it says that as soon as the individual hits puberty, they are marriageable. So now this one controversy is going to initiate UCC, the debate on UCC again. So therefore the details on UCC again become very, very crucial. All right. So a petition also earlier in the year stating that section 60 subsection 1 of the Indian Christian Marriage Act, section 3, I won't read the entire thing, of all of these acts, they are saying that the woman's age is going to be 18, the man's age is going to be 21. There is also a joke that women mature a little early. आदमी 21 साल तक बेवकूफ़ी रहता है इसलिए शादी नहीं कर सकता. ऐसा सा एक पहले joke भी होता था. But the petition was admitted, and the Supreme Court has also issued a notice to the center, I believe, because the petition was stating they were pleading, or the pleading was that all of this is discrimination and violates 14, 15 and 21 articles, because 14 is right to equality, and under right to equality again 15 also comes, in which the government cannot discriminate based on religion, race, sex, caste, place of birth. and 21 is again right to life. So it's violating all of them. That is what the plea was in the Supreme Court, and they admitted the petition, and well, they're working on it. Obviously, ugly date lag gayi hogi. So now this, thanks to well, Islam following its own personal laws, and those personal laws are also beyond the purview of Article 13, because that personal law under Article 13 doesn't mean personal law, and there are varying, contrasting judgments in which even the Supreme Court tries to shy away from making a very concrete statement on that. Therefore, they have always requested the government to bring in the UCC given in Article 44. Now, since in prelims of this year's edition of UPSC, they asked about right to property, whether it's available. So one aspect of that question was whether it was available to foreigners or citizens only. It was no person shall be deprived of his right to property, if I'm recalling it correctly. So it's person includes foreigners and citizens. So 44 is primarily talking about citizens. So do revise 44 once. And the only state to have implemented UCC in the country is Goa, always a favorite MCQ. Now we cover out the maternal mortality rate. So these lectures, I just generally don't want to point them to a very general audience and trying to explain 18 to 21, which is, well, once you have read the news, I think you pretty much have understood it. This channel is primarily geared towards examinations, and all of this information is relevant for all your examinations. In fact, later on, we will be now trying to turn this channel towards judiciary and UPSC in primarily in 2022. So what is maternal mortality? Maternal mortality refers to deaths due to complications of pregnancy or childbirth. From 2000 to 2017, the global maternity ratio declined by 38% from 342 deaths to 211 deaths per 1 lakh live births. So this is, I'll just come to the definition also, but please, for anyone who's writing an essay type question, a subjective type question, a mains, a UPSC mains, this sort of information that it is reduced to by 38%. From 342 deaths, it's now standing globally at 211 deaths per 1 lakh live births. I've taken this data from the UNICEF's website. Now, what is the WHO's stand on this? So WHO basically in 2015, when the SDGs were being proposed, that is the Sustainable Development Goals, the WHO went after a term called Ending Preventable Maternal Mortality, the EPMM, and the WHO also leads the UN Maternal Mortality Estimation Intra-Agency Group known as MMEIG, composed of WHO, UNICEF, UNFPA, the United Nations Population Division, and the World Bank Group. So it's a massive, massive organization. Do make a note of MMEIG thanks to this news popping up. So this is how well you connect information and try to look up what the examiner can ask you. Right, and this is what is the basically आपका जो सारे जो newspaper में information है. Now we have to remember the definition for this year's examination. That is, the maternal mortality ratio, MMR, is defined as the number of maternal deaths during a given time period. Don't forget, it's during a given time period per 100,000. That is 1 lakh live birth. So how many women die while giving birth, which is, well, quite a bad thing. So if it is quite high, then the number of women are dying in a considerable number. So for a country, it is better to lower it. So if, let us say, we are keeping the marriage age at 18, we want it to be at 21, so that this thing lowers, because the better the health of the woman during pregnancy, the better it is, the better her survival rate is. All right. And if you're writing a law entrance, and it's always good for the UPSC as well, 44 and 47, 44 Uniform Civil Code for the citizens, not person. The state shall endeavor to secure the citizens for the citizens. 47, duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and to improve public health. DPSP given in Part 4, not enforceable in any court, Article 37, but still fundamental in the governance of the country. Right, I think that should suffice regarding this topic with respect to any and all questions that the examiner can ask. Obviously, it's 90% coverage, 10% तो किसी को नहीं पता ये लोग क्या पूछते हैं क्या नहीं पूछते. But I think this should do a decent enough job of you covering out all related details relating to this news. And once they place the bill on the floor of the House, and then they get it passed to amend all of these acts. If there is any other additional detail, we will obviously cover it out on this channel. Alright, wishing you all the very best for any exam that you're planning to take. Wishing you all the best again. Happy New Year to you in advance. Take care. Bye.